That is baby Daniel hanging out here at the gallery. That's how he says more. Today Daddy and baby Daniel are hanging out. So he wants more of this, which is right there, Daniel. You got it right there.
Mama.
Mama. So I'm coming at you today from Robert Thomas Art right here in Waikoloa, Hawaii. Got my makeshift tripod. Yep, there it is. Couple of books. The phone book that my dad actually painted the cover of. It's this painting here on the front. Got T.D. Jakes, Power of Positive Thinking, Think and Grow Rich, and the Bible. That's Daniel singing in the background. We're going to give him some more of these yummy snack crackers. And here we go, Daniel. Some snack crackers. You got them. Eat them. Yummy. And do this quick interview. What I'm going to teach you today is how to speed read. When I learned this in college, I didn't quite catch it. I did take the speed reading course and kind of went over my head. Didn't make a lot of sense. Something on my lens. And I thought it was impossible. Just recently I was on a website of Mike, I want to say Keenigs. Keenigs, if I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize, Mike. Mike, K-O-E-N-I-G-S. This guy's phenomenal. He's been practicing and working out this speed reading thing for many years now, and he taught me his strategy. So, first thing I wanted to say, well, I want to give you an overview of what we're going to go over today. We're going to talk about number 1, your mindset. Number 2, preparation. Number 3, we're going to talk about a concept called whole brain learning. Number 4, we're going to talk about the physical aspect that you have to do. And number 5, the summary. Okay, so we'll hit in here with the mindset. And when you think about learning, there's different types of ways to learn. So let's go over those real quick. We got hearing, seeing, hear and see, discussing, and teaching. So if you just hear something, you're going to remember about 20% of it. If you see it, you remember about 30%. If you hear and see it, it bumps it up to about 50%. That's why video is so powerful. If you discuss it with somebody after you learned it, that's about 70%. And if you teach it, once you've learned it, that bumps it up to 90%. So that's why me and baby Daniel here are teaching this today. Right, Daniel? Yeah. Okay, so number 1, mindset. Why am I reading this book? So the idea that we have today is, the book today is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Why am I reading the book? Well, I want to learn how to win friends and influence people. Well, that's kind of a no-brainer. But anyways, the first thing you want to do is position yourself as a teacher. Right, baby Daniel? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to ask ourselves this question. What would I teach in this book if I could understand everything in this book? So that's your mindset. And now I'm going to read it like I'm going to interview the author, Dale Carnegie. So if I was going to interview Dale Carnegie, that's what I'm thinking in my mind as I'm reading this book. Some more mindset for you. So the first thing that we do in preparation, baby Daniel, hold on, baby Daniel. Let me give him a little toy real quick. This is his toy. Here it comes. So baby Daniel's chilling with his toy. It's actually a cap to a tube. Don't let him know that. He thinks it's a toy. Okay. He's adorable. You guys can see this guy. Alright, so first thing that we're going to do is read the back cover. Part 1, Fundamental Techniques in Dealing with People. If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. The big secret of dealing with people. Part 2, How to make people like you. Part 3, How to win people to your way of thinking. Part 4, Be a leader. So we already see that this book is broken up in 4 parts. Okay, next step that you're going to do is read the front and back flaps. The sole purpose of this book is to help you solve the biggest problem you face. The problem of getting along with and influencing people in your everyday business and social context. So I'm going to read this. That told me a bunch right there, that first little sentence there, big sentence. And then the back flap, okay? Once you've done that, you're going to page through the table of contents. So part 1, fundamental techniques in handling people. If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. The big secret of dealing with people, boom, 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 boom. We just go through the table of contents. We read it. We're reading it, right? Boom, boom. How to interest people, flying through. How to win people to your way of thinking. If you're wrong, admit it. The movies do it, TV does it. Why don't you do it? So some questions may start forming in my mind, like, what do the movies do? What does TV do? What should I maybe do? And I just go down there, bam. We're done with that part. After you've read the table of contents, you're gonna look through the index in the back. And I'm in the index now. I don't, never used to really do this, but I think it's very awesome. So you just go down, boom, boom, a lot of people's names, King of Egypt, boom, 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 boom. Just flip, kind of go through it, showing you the page numbers and the different words. Abraham Lincoln, okay. You can talk about Abe Lincoln in here. Reader's Digest, boom, boom. All right, so once we've done that, we're going to open the flap and write out all our questions here. So, for example, as we're looking through the table of contents, we might have wondered what it was that the movies do that we might want to do. So, all right, questions. I'll just do it real quick for you. Questions. It's a little question mark with an S. What do the movies do? Okay, this is important, these questions, because the next step we're going to be looking through the book to answer our questions. Okay, once we've done that, we're going to get into the whole brain learning. Baby Daniel, you ready for the whole brain learning? He's ready, playing with his toy over there. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to imagine that you're sitting next to the author and his brain is full of Kool-Aid and your brain is empty, and he's going to pour the contents of his brain into your brain. If you don't like Kool-Aid, it can be organic apple juice, fresh squeezed orange juice, grape juice. So that's the mind meld, and this is how you do it. Okay, you go like this. Breathe in, breathe out. So let's get to some of these pages here. So you're going to breathe in, breathe out. Your eyes are just scanning it like a photograph. You know, if you look at a picture, a photograph of a mountains and the sunset, you're not looking really like at every little dot. You're actually looking at it as a whole. And this is actually taking this information. He lost his toy. Let's get him another toy. Let's see. Another toy, another toy. Bing. Oh! Lost it again. He thinks this is a game. I'll give him a cap for the snap. Pull. Diet Snapple, not mine. Okay, here's the cap. No, Snapple is not paying me to share their information. Maybe I should call them. Alrighty, so we're doing this mind meld, and we're just glancing at it. And as you're going through, you're looking for bold words, idolized, words that are in italics. I don't know if idolized is an actual word. Just going through it. He does it real cool in his book. He's got like A, B, C, D, F, G. You know, you're reading this, you're just kind of flowing through it, I like the way he's broken it up in this actual book, because at the end of each part, he shows you the principle. A couple keys that I learned before. Usually the first sentence in a paragraph contains the most information of that sentence, and a lot of times when you get to the end of a chapter, they'll summarize the whole chapter in the last paragraph. Keys to remember. Okay, so now that we've done that, what are we going to do? Well, now we're going to go back through it. And this is the physical part. Remember we talked about the physical part? Well, this is the pen and the highlighter stage. You're actually going to be doing something physical. You're going to go through the whole book and you're going to highlight things that stick out to you and use your pen. And by the way, I guess that first time you went through it, I might be what you're going to do is as you find the answers to your questions, you just write in the answers. And that might be what we're doing now with a pen. So we're going to go through it again with a pen and a highlighter, highlighting, and if we find the answers, we write them in. Okay, so what we're going to do now, once we've gone through the whole book with a highlighter and a pen, is write a summary. Quick summary, right off the top of your head. What did this book say? Once you've done that, you are going to ask yourself some questions. Well, this is actually part of your mindset. When you interview the author, who are you making this interview for? Just imagine in your mind 2 people that you want to share this information with. Then you're going to ask yourself, what am I going to teach? And here are the questions. Write this down. If you're watching me on YouTube, Facebook, MySpace, if you still have a MySpace. Okay, what are the 3 top concepts? Who was the book written for? What are the 2 to 3 myths that are busted in the book? What is the #1 most important fact? No. He wants more. What does he want more of? We don't know at the moment. So, what are the 2 to 3 action steps? And these are all things that you're going to be writing in the front of this book when you go through it with your pen and your highlighter. What are your 2 to 3 things to avoid? You want some more food? He finished his food. We're going to give him some more. Here we come. Big boy. All right. Where were we? 2 to 3 things to avoid. 2 to 3 things that you didn't know that you didn't know. Okay. 1 thing that is most important. And that's pretty cool. You got this 1 thing that's like most important from this whole book. So going into this book, I've read it once, I'm reading it again. For example, how would I answer some of those questions? That's for me to know and you to find out. All right. But some of the things, like for example, the #1 most important thing in this book, I would say, as far as learning to influence people, is become a good listener. If I was to talk about the 3 top concepts, one of them is remember people's names, because a person's name is to them the most beautiful word in the world. Right, Daniel? Daniel! Michael. Yeah, I love hearing my name. Michael. Works every time. Okay, so if you're ever depressed, look in the mirror and just say, your name. And what would be #3? I don't even know if that was 1 or 2 or 3, but you get the idea here. Okay. So now I'm going to tell you what we just talked about. I'll show you some pretty pictures I've drawn here. Your mindset. What do I want to teach? As you can see, I took some notes when I did that. So what do I want to teach? Positioning yourself as a teacher. #2 is your preparation as you're flipping through the book, letting it pour into your brain like lemonade. #3 is whole brain learning, and that's where you just breathe in the pages, about 2 seconds per page. Baby Daniel, here's a toy. All right, and we got physical, the pen and the highlighter, and then the summary. Who you're going to teach, what are you going to teach it, and then you do it. You teach it like I'm doing right now, presenting it on YouTube or Facebook. All right, so that in a nutshell is how to speed read. I learned it a few weeks ago and I've used it every day since then. Now I'm teaching it with you. Please leave me a comment if you love this, if you hate this. And go ahead and Google the guy that taught me, and you could actually learn it from him if you'd like. He gets into some more details. And again, his name is Mike Keenigs, or Keenigs, and it's M-I-K-E, and his last name is K-O-E-N-I-G-S. Awesome, awesome guy. All right, have a great day. Talk to you soon. God bless. Say bye to baby Daniel.